So before I go too crazy, talking a lot, I want to do a sound check the best way I know how. By crunching on the mic with little tuna and crackers. It's actually really good. Just let me know if you can hear me crunching on this shit. Not. So you guys enjoy it, though. All right. Oh, yeah. You like that? That's for all you gay guys that love to hear me crunch and make me smack my lips. Okay, guys. This is the Corona edition dating channel. What the fuck day is it? March 26th. Corona ain't getting much better, so I'm hoping you guys are home, or at least Corona and smashing Corona and chill. If you're out there dating, and if you don't have a girl, you are so fucked right now, because they're not looking to date anybody right now. Like, it is so dead. If you're out there swiping right, swiping left, you can probably match with a whole bunch, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna like meet them. And then when all this shit dies down, what you're gonna realize they were matching with 800 other dudes. So when they become available, you hope they meet you. If not, you didn't make the cut. You were just that nice guy that got them by. Maybe you guys little sexting. She's flicking the bean on camera, on FaceTime, and all that shit. And you're like, damn, I didn't get that toting. At the end of the day, I ended up, being like, I got friend zoned during the corona. Imagine getting friend zoned during this coronavirus quarantine shit. That'd be the saddest shit ever, wouldn't it? That'd be just so sad. Like, luckily, I understand a lot of people are suffering out there and a lot of people don't have work, but I'm lucky. I'm a remote tuner, so I just sit my ass home and tune. And it's been, steady. I wouldn't say busy or anything. It's been pretty steady. So I'm lucky that way, but I know a lot of people out there that might be unemployed, people in the service industry. Jeremiah Camp, what are you doing? Like literally, what's going on with you, Tiki, and everything? Are you guys open? I mean, obviously you're a bartender, dude, so I don't know how that goes. It's crazy. It's crazy how it is nowadays. But dating is possible during times like this, especially if you had something in your back pocket. If you guys had someone you were talking to or someone you were close to, you still might be able to link up with somebody. But if you haven't, or if you didn't, or if you are alone, you are fucked for at least a month. There's no freaking way that anybody is going to hook up knowing that. Like, I'm literally looking at people that cough a little bit and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? What are you doing? Just get out of here with that cough shit. But what I want to talk about today is dating across culture. Basically, culture and race, I think, have nothing to do with each other. So I get asked a lot, okay, Alex, what? Oh, Jeremiah Camp says he is out of work, we're closed. Man, bartenders have it real bad right now, brother. I feel for you. Hopefully the economy bounces back big time once this shit dies down. So because I'm a Hispanic guy in Florida, I'm lucky that there's a lot of Hispanic women down here. Venezuelan, Colombian, Cuban, Mexican, you name it, it's down here. Unless they're culturally American, I simply cannot date them. I simply cannot date them. It's just not going to happen, because you have to be into the same shit I'm into when it comes to movies, culture, pop culture, music. If you're a Hispanic woman, dude, you know how many times I've heard this fucking line? They're like, you're Puerto Rican and you don't dance? What's wrong with you? I'm like, you're Colombian and you don't deal or transport cocaine? What's wrong with you? I come back with some dumb shit like that because it pisses me off, as if I'm this Puerto Rican guy that can't help but move my hips. Well, I'm Puerto Rican. Shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, if you're near music, right? I've been on so many dates where we end up at a place where there's music And the moment they start bopping around, they're like if we go somewhere and the music's good, and I'm just nod my head like, yeah, it's got a Biggie beat or something, some West Coast stuff, some '90s hip hop, or even modern hip hop. I'm like, yeah, I do this. This is the most I do. I go. If they're like, and the hands go above the shoulder, I'm no second date. Fuck that. What the fuck you doing? What are you doing? Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Right? You're making a fool of yourself. This isn't a dance club. We're in the middle of like downtown West Palm, and there's a live band playing. The moment you're like, I'm done. I'm like, bye. Oh, well, that's that. Let me see if I can smash tonight and then bounce the fuck out of here, because I'm telling you, if someone is just like, oh my God, I can't help myself but dance, get the fuck out of my life. Like seriously, get the hell out of my life. Now, I can dance. I just don't care to like dance in public. I think it's odd when someone just flails their hands above their shoulders and just can't help but dancing. And Puerto Rican women, by and large, literally just go like, they're like, when I hear a rhythm, I just love it. I love it when the rhythm is going and I just dance around and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, shut up. But that's a culture thing, I think, right? I've dated a lot of American women that they're just like bopping and they just, because it's not a dance club. If we go to a dance club, you gotta flail around and be a shithead. I am not going to any dance club because I think dancing is fucking odd as shit. I'll dance around and bop around like if we're cooking in the kitchen and we're fucking around at home, okay. But like to go to a dance club and be like, hey, what's your name? You come here often? Do a fucking running man, MC Hammer on that hoe, and you're like, it's almost like birds dancing in front of a mate. Like, do you like my feathers? Do my poofy feathers look good to you? You look retarded, in my opinion. But if you salsa and you do stuff like that, whole different level of shit. I'm telling you, this is absolutely my biggest pet peeve about dating. And look, I know my selection goes from this to this. If I don't want you to bop around like a fucking idiot when it comes to music, you give a shit about like Spanish culture. Like, I don't care about telenovela. I don't give a crap about Jennifer Lopez. Like, when I hear Jennifer Lopez, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word Jennifer Lopez? What do you hear? Or what do you think? I think of the South Park episode where Cartman had a hand puppet and it was Jennifer Lopez. And I laugh my ass off. When people go, what do you think of Jennifer Lopez? I'm like, what is it? Taco flavored kisses from my Ben. Oh, Ben. Tastes like. And then she kisses Ben and Ben goes, tastes like tacos. I love that. That's what I think of when I think of Jennifer Lopez. Puerto Ricans and Hispanics say, oh, I love it. I love her in Selena. She was so good in Selena. Shut up. Shut up. I mean, it just makes me sick. So Hispanic women, culturally Hispanic women are out. Everyone's like, whore, booty, Cartman. Thank you, Jeremiah Camp. See, that's why I like Jeremiah Camp. Jeremiah Camp, you talk to him for like 5 minutes. I'm like, this guy's a bro. And not like a bro, like loud and boisterous and just over the top. He's super quiet. He's like, what's up, Alex? How are you? And how are you? Everything's good. And then we just talk and hang out. And he's a total bro. I get him. I think he gets me. When I said, what do you think of Jennifer Lopez? People are like, big booty, Jenny from the block, her ass. Her ass is fake, by the way, Alexander Cadell. Always been fake. Like when you were watching the Super Bowl halftime show, were you really looking at Jennifer Lopez? Like, really? Or were you looking at Shakira moving her hips and you're like, I don't want to have kids. But there are certain women that can get a baby tonight. You know what I'm saying? And Shakira is one of them. Jennifer Lopez, fuck no. Pull out game strong, fling it in the hair, and you're like, I am out of here. But anyway, when it comes to compatibility, Hispanic women are out. Like literally out, because I have tried, and look, they're attractive and they're great, but I'm saying a Hispanic cultured woman. Now, if you can find yourself a Hispanic woman within American culture, and they still retain some of the lovey-dovey aspects of the Hispanic side, because Hispanic women take care of their dude. They take care of their men. And, when I was in my first long-term relationship, 10 years, I was like, whew, I was getting my feet rubbed, my back rubbed, and I was like, I was young, so I was kind of annoyed. I was like, is this like normal? I feel bad that you're rubbing my feet, and she took care of me, dude. So then I thought to myself, well, I don't want that. I want a independent, strong American woman that has her own shit. And I found that. And I ended up finding out that I liked the go-gettedness, or, the go-getter in her, but there was no affection, physical, right? There were, by and large, American women are not as physical in terms of physical affection than a Hispanic woman. A Hispanic woman is constantly just like all over you. And as a young guy, I didn't appreciate it because I didn't know that was like their way of showing affection. I was just like, can you just like talk to me? But as an older guy, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want that. But I don't want you to like give a fuck about Selena or dance around and bop around and give a shit about telenovelas. So I ended up saying, I have to eventually find someone that is super affectionate on this, like Hispanic women are, and understand the Hispanic culture, but also adopted an American culture first. And after thinking about it for a while, I met someone like that. And I was like, what the hell did I do? Like, why did I just like let that go? Work took over, and I was like, shit. But I believe in, nothing's really over. I've always left the door open, especially if you left on good terms. There was no cheating, no messing around. So I reached out back to this person, and we're talking again. And it was nice to be in their good graces once again, because this person was a Hispanic person that had an American culture. And it felt good at the time. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just, see if they're open to seeing me again? And so far, so good. So have you guys dated anyone that was just hot, but culturally not even close? I'm saying you're into this and they're into that. Not car shit, not dumb shit, but I'm saying culturally, like when it comes to like their upbringing, how they were raised. Let's say if you're a white guy and you're not, white guys are probably used to their women kind of ignoring them physically. And then they get a Latin woman and they're like, oh, Latin women are wild. And I'm like, they're kind of annoying. It's not like we think they're wild. We're just like, it's like affection. Then when it comes to time to talk to them, just to talk to them and make a joke or sarcasm, you have nothing in common. And that's when the relationship after the physicality wears off. Not that it's going to wear off, but eventually you're going to want to talk to this person, and it's going to take a couple of months by the time you're just done fucking them every night. And you're like, I don't really like you, like in terms of talking to you. So that can get on the tougher side. So let me just go through some of the comments here. This is going to be a nice, tight little group of guys. It's not too big. It's not manageable. So let me start from the top. Is that Gloria Estefan vibe? No, Gloria Estefan looks actually respectable and nice. What's down here is the opposite. So I think the women down here are more like Sofia Vergara. I'm saying the Hispanic women. They want to look so good all the time first, and they think that's enough. Now, for the average dude, yeah, that's more than enough. Like, you guys are like, look at her rack. Oh, man, look at her tits. Oh, her tits are fucking great. Look at her ass. Oh, fuck her ass. And I'm like, yeah, that looks really good. But is she a nice person? Was she into? Is she like into dumb shit? Is she annoying to talk to? Not that I go deeper. I got over the whole physical thing because I wanted to have someone like compatible, like into the shit that I'm into, so you can grow. Imagine you meet a girl that's like beautiful, takes care of herself, doesn't talk to you all that much, but she looks good around your arm, and she has like a shitty job. If you want to grow with that person, it's going to be tough. You're going to be the one carrying that team. You're going to be like, I'm 90%, you're 10%. And unless she's cooking real good and taking care of the house and taking care of you real good, you're like, but I'm one of those guys. I'm like, you got to have your own shit first. Like I don't want, think of it as a business, right? Let's say, Sports Authority wants to absorb another business, and that business has really nice stores, really good, but they don't earn that much money. So you're like, what am I going to get out of this? A pretty storefront, but a bunch of debt? And I'm going to have to carry Sports Authority, and Dick's is going to have to carry, or let's say your Sports Authority, and you're going to have to carry whatever small chain that looks great, boutique-y, but at the end of the day, you're carrying it. You're carrying it. So it sounds bad to give you a business kind of vibe, but if you're going to get with someone and you want to grow, the finances come into play. I'm not saying I'm looking for a woman that has money, but it doesn't hurt. That's what I'm saying. They have to have their own shit so they're not a damsel in distress and you come in there as Captain Save-A-Ho and go, come on, I'm going to take you out of the hood. Forget that Corolla. Here's a Lexus. No, fuck that. Get your own Lexus. Alex Goodell says, as a dude, if you're physically affectionate, girls see that as clingy or overwhelming, and they complain how no guys are loving to their women. Dude, one of the bigger mistakes that I've done in my dating life is being affectionate and telling them the truth, like right up front. So, if it's something like, if I like them, I tell them. I go, I like you, very attractive. And they're like, ew, slow down. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll back it off. So then that doesn't work out because they think I'm a fucking psycho. Then the next one, you just, play it cool. Hey, yeah, I'll give you a talk. I'll give you a call later. Let me know when you get home. And then you high five or you hug or whatever. Then they're like, I don't think you're that into me. Like, holy fucking shit. Tony Turbo says, you're right, bro. Yeah, I'm right. Look, I've been around the block. I think my first two long-term relationships should have switched. At a young age, I should have had a woman that was a go-getter, not that affectionate, and we could grow together. And then later in life, I should have had someone that is super affectionate and, took care of me because I'm already established and we could grow together, but the affection is there. And that's kind of what I'm sort of in between both right now. And I think both of my long-term relationships came at the wrong time of my life. Now, one lasted 10 years. The other one lasted almost 5. That's all fine and dandy. Would I ever go back out with either of them? No, because they're both the same. You know what I mean? Like they're both, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but they're both the same. I don't see any growth happening. I don't see the thought process changing. I don't think they can evolve. And that sounds bad, but fuck it. They're stuck. They're stuck the one way. And one of them is not looking to grow and expand their horizons. And the other one wants, I don't know what the fuck the other one wants. That's why I was out of there. Oh, man. So Alexander Cadell as a dude. Yeah, he's right. So Tony Turbo said Alexander Cadell was right. He's right. Tony Turbo says, I was in a 4-year relationship with a white chick. Yeah, cool. Until she decided to cheat on me. Now my fiance Mexican takes care of me. Tony, why do you think she cheated on you? Now, I suspect my ex might have been fucking around for the sheer fact that she might have thought I was fucking around because I was traveling. I used to work for VMP, so I'd be here, there, everywhere. So she must have been super insecure and was like, well, he must be messing around, so I'm going to mess around. Now, I never confirmed it, but I don't care. The relationship kind of ended and it didn't really matter anymore. But I wonder if there was anything that you were not doing up to your full potential, Tony, to maybe, let her know what the deal is. Now, Tony, I don't know if you're Hispanic, but do you legit understand like American culture? Like, do you understand like American culture? Because when you're with a white chick and you and her are not vibing, she might go somewhere where she can vibe with a dude like, oh my God, I get him here. And she might have connected more with him. I'm not saying you caused her to cheat, but I mean, if you're giving her that big, long Mexican bitcha and you're talking to her, fulfilling her needs and kind of this and this and that, it's hard for a woman to stray. Now, if you were like typical Hispanic dude, just be like, food ready yet? Why is the house dirty? You know, that shit ain't going to fly with anybody. So I don't know. I don't know what happened in your relationship. It sucks that she cheated, but I wouldn't blame it on white women per se. At Alex Flores, I dated a girl for 8 years and she dumped me like a bad habit when my pops had a stroke. 3 years later, look who's back. Oh, I think, Tony Turbo says, okay, I think that that'll happen in my case. And I'll probably be with someone by then, and it's just not going to happen. A lot of women have buyer's remorse. They think the grass is greener elsewhere. And then they get in a position where they're stuck. Like, shit, this motherfucker. I left Alex for this motherfucker, you know, and they're like, shit. And then you get that text, you get that email, you get that letter that they just like regret everything that happened and the timing sucked. And now that the kid can make his own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, they remember the good old times. But by that point, I'm a different person. I am so different than I was 3 years ago. It's not even funny. I don't want to call myself enlightened or better, but I'm just different. So if they thought I was with homeboy and I remember the good times, well, guess what? That boy's gone. He dead. He gone. He done moved on. So if you're thinking you're going to get back with that dude, it's going to be tough. Now, when I see young couples together, I see it all the time, 22 to 30. All I have to do is listen to their conversations. And I'm like, you guys aren't a fucking match. You're not a match. You're psycho. There are certain things you should say and you should not say in relationships. And I think when you're younger, that just fucking goes over your head. It just goes, whoop. I had a conversation with a couple. Not a couple. I was listening to a conversation with a couple. And I might give it away. Who it was based on this. But they liked a certain artist. And the artist is such a punk ass bitch in my eyes. But I was like, really? You like that artist? Oh my God, yeah, he's fucking hot. And I made a joke that, you know, homeboy has like his dick out on the internet. She's like, oh yeah. And the way that person said, oh yeah, right next to the dude they're with, I'm like, ooh, it was cringeworthy. I went, I would never, with a girl, if I'm with a girl in a public atmosphere, and look, I think Sofia Vergara is an insanely attractive woman. I would never say, I would ram my dick through those tits, like in front of my girl. When I'm saying that's like a guy friend, that's just insane disrespect. So that's where I think getting the person, like understanding what to say and what not to say, comes into play. And a lot of young couples are just with each other because you're hot. I find you attractive. You get my cooter wet, you get my dick hard, and we fuck all the time, and that's great. Then, the older they get, the more they talk, the less they fuck. And then they like, oh my God, this person, I'm stuck with them. It's to the point where my credit is tied to this person. And once your credit is tied to that person, it's that much harder to let them go. I never had my credit tied to anybody. Never. We never co-signed nothing. Never bought a house together. When I bought my house, it was my house. When they bought their car, it was their car. So yeah, I never like, once credit comes into play, I'm like, shit, we might just well get married. Napao Brian says, yep, my ex, which was Latina in quotation marks, which for me in Texas means half Mexican who love to cheat and be a total bitch. And me being low and respectful, yeah, we're culturally different. Someone's bitter. But you're not wrong. I don't know Mexican women. They're very attractive. The Texas, Mexican, Tex-Mex, Tex-Mex, whatever. But I've never dated a full-blown Mexican. I'm saying like, you know, full-blown hardcore Mexican. That's a culture thing that's not going to be able to be fixed. I'm like, I don't think culturally you're going to think by the way that I talk that I'm a pussy. Right? A lot of women go, that guy's a pussy. Because I speak well, because I enunciate my words. They're like, yeah, you're a pussy. Okay. But that cholo over there, that says, "Hey yo, what's up, puta? ¿Tú quieres mamarme la verga? Me la pela, ahora mismo, pélamela." And I'm like, and they're like, "Ay, Dios mío, mi chocho está bien mojado." I'm like, wow. And they end up with that guy, and then guy gets his ass kicked, in some kind of gang fight. And they're like, "Ah, don't hit my boyfriend. He speaks so bad, and I love him." Shut up. Oh man. Tony Turbo says, "Alex Flores, I am Salvadorian. I've been here since I was 5. Honestly, until this point, I don't know what bicho was. I don't know. Until this point, I don't know the bicho was on point." Interesting. Very interesting. Ultimate M89 says, "They trade the 90 for the missing 10%. You're right. Damn, that's so good. You don't know what you have until the shit's gone. I get that. I get that 100%. Rami was hitting me up, Rami. I get that 100%. And then when you say, "Man, I wish he was a little tougher. I wish he was a little more rough. I wish he had tattoos." I don't have any of that. But I'm pretty damn good. So the things that I might be missing, if someone goes out searching for that, they'll find that is what's missing in their life. But then what they had is not in that person, in that new person. That new person doesn't know English, is married, treat you like shit. So they basically, you're right. They trade the 90 for 10%. Very good observation. I like it very much. I'm going to steal it. Otto says, "I dated someone for 2 years that was in the National Guard. During college, my college days, used the National Guard monthly training as an excuse to cheat. Found out by accident, still tries to hit me up." How did you find out your woman cheated? Did she give it up? Did she end up saying, "Hey, Otto, I cheated"? Because that's funny to me. I found out after the fact, after the relationship was over, that there might have been shenanigans. During the relationship, I found some texting, and I was like, "Look, what am I going to do?" Be like, "Who you texting?" I'm not that guy. I'm not insecure. You want to leave? Go. Fuck it. Matter of fact, when the decision came down that I'm done, that we're done, I was out of the house in 45 minutes. 45 minutes. It took me 45 minutes to gather my life and put it in bags, because I sold my house to move with this person, which is something that I think they still don't even understand to this day. To this day, they don't understand that my whole life, you didn't save me. I was good. They don't understand what that meant. So I had to start from scratch. Now, I don't mind starting from scratch, but it sucked. Look, trust me, it sucked. So that's how it goes. Tony Turbo, at Alex Flores. Yeah. And years she wanted to come back with me. It was like, fuck no. Until this point, I don't know if the reason she cheated on me. Well, maybe it's better that she don't, because sometimes they just cheat for the sake of cheating. And look, I'm a guy. We cheat because we are pre-programmed to cheat. I'm sorry, ladies. I doubt there's any woman listening. Maybe there's one woman listening to this, but men are pre-programmed to cheat, right? A man's intuition and genetic code tells him to procreate with as many women as possible. Many women as possible. That's just how we are born and bred, and what makes a male a male. When a woman has that overwhelming feeling of having a family, that nobody second guesses that. But when a man has that overwhelming feeling of banging multiple chicks, you're a dog. Well, it's evolution. Sorry, if you believe in evolution, I'm just evolved. That's all. Plain and simple. YouTube Corrupt Anti-Free Speech. By the way, YouTube Corrupt, thanks for being a badass, loyal fan on both channels. I really appreciate it. You and Jeremiah Camp are badass. And Coyote Car Guy. That's pretty true. I've lost opportunities with some cool girls because I thought there was someone better to be found. Oh, man. Well, YouTube Corrupt, I have learned that if you found someone that made you feel real good, and after you've tried other women that you thought were better, didn't work out, don't be afraid of going back. Swallow that pride and say, look, I liked you. I'm sorry I fucked up. And would you like to go out again? Now, if you left on bad terms, like you were like, fuck you, bitch, we're done. Ho, I'm going to fuck other girls. Then forget it. You're screwed. You're not going to go back there. But if you are like, hey, I'm going to just keep dating because I'm not feeling it 100%. And that person was like, okay, no problem. And then they went away. You dated. It didn't work out. Go back. Go back. Go back years if you need to. Go back years if you need to. Because that person might be thinking the exact same thing of you. Like, man, I really like that guy. What the hell happened? I wish he'd hit me up. Because I'm prideful. But I've recently done the thing where I go back and say, hey, do you think we can try this again? It's hard to find someone that I can connect with, and we connected pretty well. And I was very lucky. But some women are out there like, man, it didn't end that badly. We just didn't connect at that point, but I'd love to give them another shot. But they're not going to reach out to you for not looking like a desperate chick. So if you are not full of pride and you know someone in your past that you connected with and you wonder what they're doing, hit them up. What's the worst they could say is no? Big deal. Big deal. YouTube Corrupt said, I'm sorry. Rootkit on her phone. Root beer said rootkit on her phone. I don't know what that means, but she left her phone open one time, and I looked down, and she was talking to this guy that she went to college with, and I'm like, okay. And it was, innocent talk. I didn't scroll because I'm not a fucking creep, but I was like, if she's gonna cheat, she's gonna cheat. Fuck it. And unless I catch her red-handed, nothing I could do. Mr. Nitro says, at Osvaldo Sanchez, nothing will get you over old pussy like new pussy. Just don't commit. You're not wrong. When I see guys that are down and out, and just like, oh man, I miss my girl. I'm like, go dating. Yeah, someone's going to be a rebound. But for men, and women don't understand this and don't try to understand it. It's just how a man's brain is wired. Go fucking. Go out there and bang. Go meet a girl. Hey, what's up? Put the moves on her, and because you don't care, right? And that's usually when you meet someone really nice. Like, you're just like barreling through the fucking. You are a snowplow, and you're just. It's fucking January in Massachusetts, and the snow has no fucking shot at your F-350 with a fucking V plow. Just see ya, and you're gonna end up just kind of, hurting some people. But if you want to be selfish and get over, like he said, old pussy, nothing better than new pussy. I'm not saying new as a new young girl. I'm just saying it's new to you. And that brings your confidence back. You're like, oh, I was able to, satisfy myself and this person. As long as you're not a creep and it's open-ended where you understand, yeah, we're just kind of hooking up and they're down with it. It gets you over a bad situation really quickly. YouTube Corrupt says, that's pretty true. I've lost opportunities with some cool girls because I thought they were... Okay, I already said that. Sorry. Osvaldo Sanchez. Hi, Beach. What's your advice to a guy that came freshly off 4-year relationship? And I already answered that because Mr. Nitro answered that for you. Michael Marin. A lot of guys fuck girls heads up. And it's harder for a guy that is genuine to be in a relationship. Yeah, been there too. Where you meet a girl that is so jaded and over it. But, check this out. I met a girl who had probably one of the worst relationships I ever heard of. Hold on. Oh, yeah. She ended up... Well, she was married. And in a long-term relationship. And she was just over it. The guy was just fucking with her. Cheating, doing all this shit. She dumped his ass in a heartbeat. Gone. And luckily, she retained the loving side of her. She didn't lose herself to that man. And I think a lot of women got to understand that you can't lose yourself to a fucked up dude because now you're giving him the power. He took everything good about you away. And you are now just this jaded chick that's just going to be like, fuck all guys. Then if you're like that, you are not ready to date. Just like a lot of guys that are still stuck on their exes, they're not ready to date. I wasn't ready to date for like a year after my relationship. Now, was I out there dating? Yeah. But I'm saying date like commit to a person. Out there meet girls? Fuck yeah. They had no shot. But they don't need to know that. You just need to get good. And I got good after a year. YouTube Corrupt says, that's shitty to cheat and never tell the person. I fucked around when I was younger, but I told the girl that I was with that I had cheated and was honest about it, and she forgave me. Should you tell a girl that you cheated on her? No. Just let her go. Because, I'm sure there's women out there like, a real man will tell me. No, actually he won't. A real man should just let you go, because if he's cheating, then there's something in the relationship that he is missing. And if it's 10% and he's given up the 10% for the 90% he already has, or if he's searching for that 10%, that's his loss. But he needs to get the fuck out of there. And most men will cheat until they get caught, right? Some guys hide it real well. I know guys that have had a double life, like 2 complete different families. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? That is insanity. I could not even think of doing that. But they just had it pre-programmed in their heads that they're like, hey, I like it. I like her for one thing. I like her for another thing, and fuck it. I'm like, damn, you are a sociopath. Jamie says at root beer, at that point you should just leave. Exactly. Jason Delaney says exactly. They want to trade the 90%, and then because they think they can have. Okay, whatever. Jason Friedberg says, seen a text once say how much they love her sweet ass, packed up and out in 2 hours. Yeah. So if a woman is allowing that in her life, if a woman has that on her phone and is look, I couldn't date a girl that puts her ass on Instagram. Oh, but she's proud of her body. Be proud of your body, but don't be putting it out there on fucking Instagram. You want to put it out there on Instagram? You can do that. You want to put your ass out there on Instagram? You can do that. You want to show people your squat workout on Instagram and how proud you are of your body? You can do that. You're just not going to be with me or someone like me. I'm like, if you are okay with me showing my chicken heart, which means if you stick your balls out of the zipper, chicken heart. If you're okay showing my front camel, like my ball toe, my my fruit salad, like literally showing chicks like the imprint of my dick on my pants. If you're okay with me doing that, you must not care a lot about me. But yeah, no, I see women all the time on Instagram, and they're just like super fit, and they're doing booty workouts and all this dumb shit, and they're doing it for attention. Now, why are you doing it for attention? Are you doing it because you're not getting enough attention at home? Are you insecure? Yes. Absolutely. I see a lot of girls on Instagram, and their boyfriends follow me, and the girl, and I'm like, that's your girl? She's out there like literally showing her cooch to everybody, through the pants, of course, but I know what it looks like. And you're okay with that? Oh, yeah, I'm super secure. It's all good. But she's not. She's looking for that affirmation from other guys. Follows, likes. Fuck that shit. Iltal says, wait, I'm on both too. We're talking about Jeremiah Camp and fans of the show. Rupert says that Jamie, oh, hi. Oh, I know. I was just throwing a guess out there. If there's a doubt, there's a doubt. Yeah. Okay. Fucking Coyote Car Guy. Coyote Car Guy, funny. You meet him. He's like so docile and normal and nice. And then he comes on here and he's like, the fatties give it all they got. They have no choice. What is going on in your head? I love it. Look, I love it. Don't change. But I love that he just goes out there and just says crazy shit like that. Oh, here we go. YouTube Corrupt Anti-Free Speech says, I did reach out again, and we still talk friendly, but unfortunately she's in the Air Force and is stationed in Japan. Maybe in a few years something will come of it. Probably not. Oh, Jesus. Otto says, I left her Facebook logged in one day. She left her Facebook logged in one day. I'm not proud of it, but I looked and saw the messages. She acted weird one too many times after drill, so I became suspicious. Fucked up. Look, girls, if you're out there and you're not happy, Don't bring another fucking man's dick disease into your relationship. Like, that's what I think. I'm like, if you were in a committed relationship, committed, meaning that dick is for that pussy only, and you're out there getting your dick sucked, and you're out there fucking around on the side, then you're a piece of shit, right? Whatever. And if you're a woman doing the same thing, you're probably a bigger piece of shit. Yeah, it's a double standard. Yeah, it's a double standard. You know why? Because men are pre-programmed to cheat. So they have more of an inclination to cheat. And now I'm not saying it's okay, but a woman doesn't have that natural inclination to cheat. I don't think so. Unless something's happening genetically changing them. That they just want to get fucked by a bunch of different dudes. But men kind of have that pre-programmed in them. So at least they have an excuse. But women, you don't really have an excuse. And that's why I think women get a bad rep when they're out there being floozies, because you're not supposed to be. It's almost like when a guy wants to have a kid really bad. When I meet a guy and he's like, oh, I can't wait to have a kid. I can't wait to have a child. I can't wait to raise a child. I go, you all right, bro? You good? I mean, you all right? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? What's going on with you? Your childhood fucked up and you're trying to fix it through a kid? Did daddy not pay attention to you and you're going to fix it by paying attention to the kid? Is that what's happening? It's just as odd when a guy says shit like that than when a woman is out there getting trains run on her. Snow has all melted up north. Nice. Jamie, there is a safe range. I think he's talking about fat chicks, Coyote Car guy. Iltala, nah, man, get them young. Get them young. You can hook up with a young girl. And the nice thing about a young girl is they're young, so they feel good. They look good. They do everything good and everything feels right, But then you meet a woman that takes care of herself and is, your age, my age, in their 40s, and it feels just as good. They know how to move a lot better. They know how to please you a lot better, because a lot of 24-year-olds just sit there like a dead fish. And then they can talk to you after sex. They entertain you. They're pleasant. They offer you water. Would you like some water? I'm like, I would. That would be really nice. Do you want some water enhancer? I'm like, you're great. I bought my ex a $10,000 ring. She was like, nah. Oh, shit. $10,000. You might be a sucker. It is not about the price. If they need a $10,000 ring, if I meet a girl ever and they say something like, I need a $50,000 wedding, or I need a $10,000 ring. Okay. Then I need a $15,000 turbo kit. How's that? I need a $15,000 turbo kit. How about an Armageddon kit for the red car? How's that? I'll get you a $10,000 ring when you get me a $15,000 Armageddon kit for the red car. Oh no, that's not cool. Okay, whatever. Mr. Nitro says to Jamie, a wise friend once told me, it's not how ugly or fat girls you fuck are. It's your real girlfriends that count. Very good. Very good. I like your friend. Oh. Okay. Oh, gosh. Coyote Car Guy is going in. Mr. Nitro, after Coyote Car Guy says the fatties give it all they got, they have no choice, says, Coyote Car Guy, you're not wrong. They've had to use something else besides their look to get ahead. Usually better people as well. You're not wrong, Mr. Nitro. Some of the most down-ass chicks, women, that I've ever met are on the heavier side because they've had to develop a personality. And it is hard. Now a lot of us that grew up I grew up chubby. So I kind of had to develop somewhat of a personality. Not that it's good, but I developed somewhat of a personality, and I was kind of a smart kid growing up. So that's why my enunciation is really good. My culture, I pay attention to pop culture, so I'm really well versed in all this shit, and I don't act like a 42-year-old. So that, I think, throws women off because I look a certain way. I look like a cop. I look like a ex-army dude, bald head and rough beard. Oh, he must be a rough guy. And then I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, he's a nice guy. Fuck that guy. So yeah, I had to develop a bit of a personality and a little bit And it's true. A woman that isn't as attractive physically is probably fucking awesome in all aspects. But you still eventually have to be somewhat attracted to them. Now, truth be told, everyone that saw me in my last relationship was like, dude, you guys are not a match. So what do you mean? I like them. I like them a lot. They didn't think that the looks matched. I'm not going to say who was better looking, but they mentioned it, and I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I love the person. I care about what they think, their heart, they're smart, they stimulate my mind. Fuck you, you know? But then when the relationship breaks apart, you look back and you're like, could I date them again? Because you broke up, so now the thing that kept you together is gone, so you go back to the looks initially. And did they make me feel good? Did they look good around my arm? Did they treat me with a bunch of respect? Nah. Someone said my food sounds cracked them up. That's good. Napa O'Brien says, granted, I did it to myself. She came out of an abusive relationship and had daddy issues. And also a mom who would get with guy after guy for attention. That should have been my sign to get the fuck out. Now, a lot of my questions during dates, and I had to back it off a little bit. This comes to the compatibility and culture. I love knowing about your past. I love knowing about your ex. I love knowing about your parents because that tells me who the fuck you are. Tells me who you are. When I talk about exes, a lot of Hispanic women go, ooh, I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about my ex. Why are we talking about the exes? And I'm like, it tells me who you are. Like literally, it tells me where you came from, what you are coming from, and what you might be bringing into this potential relationship. Some fucked up shit or some okay shit. And they immediately start going, when they get hesitant about their last relationship, I'm like, uh-oh. Now, American women are more open when it comes to talking about their exes. Now, if they have every time I hear a woman say something like, dude, it is so hard to date a woman that has a young child because the dad is always going to be around. He's the father of my child. So it's like, so I got to deal with him? I don't got to deal with shit. That's your baby. It sounds fucked up, but I'm like, so because he's the father of your child, he automatically gets respect? Yeah, we have to co-parent nicely. Okay, that's fine. Then why the fuck do you think you're ready to date right now? Because as a guy coming into this, I don't want to be number 2 to anybody. I'm already going to be number 2 to your child. I guarantee it. If both of us want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, your kid's probably going to get it first, as he should. Maybe. But then you have to compartmentalize your affection and your respect and your thought process to 2 men. One of them you have a history with and a child with. He has had his penis in your vagina and one of his sperm squeezed out of your vagina at about 7 pounds. So now I have to compete with that. A guy whose sperm squeezed out of your vagina at 7 pounds. I'm never going to compete with that because you guys went through so much shit together. You went through getting pregnant, the excitement of getting pregnant. Maybe you were married, the excitement of getting married, the nonstop fucking during the honeymoon, the pregnancy. If you had complications during the first pregnancy or the second pregnancy or whatever the fuck, you went through so much more shit. He's got a leg up. I don't really want to be around that. Your kids either got to be grown and out of the house or you can't have kids if you're going to date me. Plain and simple. Yeah, call me selfish, but I know what's going to last. And you having a toddler fucking around, that's not going to happen. We are not going to, unless you have no communication with the father, which, believe it or not, is very common. I have met women that don't take child support because they don't want to give the man rights to the child. So they don't take any child support and they're like, I'm going to raise this kid on my own. And I'm like, wow, big ups. But you still got a toddler, so that's going to be tough. Because now you become basically daddy. Jeez, that's tough. YouTube Corrupt says, $10,000 ring. Damn, bro, that's blower money. Michael Charlton says, you don't like turbos, Alex. I like free turbos. Who says I don't like turbos? I like free turbos. I don't like getting under the hood all the time and tightening clamps and fucking with hoses and bullshit, but I like free turbos. Iltal says, nah, man, about the $10,000 ring. Nah, man, I just found something and I liked it and gave it to her. Come on, man. $10,000? Love you. Not going to have it. Oh, shit. Iltal says, now my new girl has it. You know what? Good for you. If a relationship, if she's engaged, you're engaged to her, and it doesn't work out, she's got to give that ring back. So, guys, understand this. If you're going to give a girl a ring, never give it to her on a holiday. I see these stupid motherfuckers are like, oh, for Valentine's Day, here, let's get engaged. I'm like, hey, what a shithead. Now, if you break up, she can say, I'm sorry, it was a Valentine's Day gift. Do it on a weird-ass fucking day, like Groundhog Day. Because then it is a contract. When you have an engagement ring, give a woman an engagement ring, it is under the impression that you're going to get married to that person. That is a contractual thing. You got to understand, when you get engaged to a woman, it is a financial transaction. You are saying, this is my contract, and you and I are going to enter into a binding legal agreement. Imagine a business person that says this: I like your business. I like going in and out of your business a lot. And if we break up, stop doing business with each other, I'm entitled to half of your shit after I leave. No businessman would enter that contract. No businessman would enter that contract. And then all the stipulations of the contract are, and until you find another person to get into business with you, I will pay you a monthly stipend because we are not doing business with each other anymore. What the fuck? That is like the worst business contract ever. I just defined marriage. Prove me wrong, motherfuckers. Oh, what's it called? Well, you have the prenup. Nobody wants your Subaru 2.5 RS. Okay? So chill the fuck out with the prenup bullshit and your Xbox. McLovin says, broke bitches are always the ones that need to flaunt a Mercedes and a $10,000 ring to feel satisfied. Bingo. Bing fucking go. Girl that's got shit going on doesn't need fancy shit. She just needs a ride or die dude that she can count on. That's it. Chubbies and fatties get down and nasty, though. I don't want nasty. CDN Stang says, that's turbo money. He's right. My EB kit was $9,000. They said Aldo Welds. Coyote Car Guy says, the chubby ones are more real, more like normal people. What are we saying here? Women might see this and go, Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking gross. Pat the One had another 13-hour workday. Good for you, buddy. With the current economy, I have to keep hammering away at it, adding value and staying employed. Good for you, buddy. 2000 CMR says, knew a guy that was banging his fatty high school teacher. Problem was, he was homeschooled. Ew. Iltal says, FYI at Alex Flores, I'm in Naples, Italy. It's 2 a.m. Badass shit, brother. Thanks for watching. You got to get the fuck out of Italy. Everyone's dying over there. Crazy what's going on in Italy. Like the hospitals are overrun. Hey, socialized medicine. That's what you get. Oh, Alex, but we got more cases than China. Yeah, but less people, like a lot less people have died here than in China, Italy, and all the other places. I think like 1,300 or 1,400 have died here, if I'm not mistaken, depending on which county you look at. Blue Eye says, I stayed away from guys that had children. Uh-oh, guys, there's a woman here. Flood her with messages. Oh, Blue Eyes, me too, baby. I stayed away guys that had children. Well, you're smart. And Blue Eye says, you have a right to be selfish. Look at that. A woman here that understands it. She says, I'm in my 50s and I still look for men that their children are independent and away from them. Hey, guys, you got to get in there. There's a 50-year-old woman here that probably is in good shape and is looking for men without children or grown-ass children. Good for you, Blue Eyes. Cuddy Carger says, Blue Eyes, I don't blame you. Here we go. Oh, shit. Prenup. Yeah, someone's like, prenup. My ass. A good lawyer can get away from any prenup. If only the advertised marriage that way. So true. Exactly. Look, if you look at marriage as a business transaction where one of you, if for whatever reason one of you does not like how the other one is doing business, you are entitled to leave and get half of their shit, or you give away half of your shit. You would never get married if you look at it that way. And then if you go prenup, well, that's all bullshit. Now, if you don't get married, they're still kind of entitled to some shit too if you bring a child into the equation. You are so stupid, in my opinion, if you bring a child into this world without marriage, for a couple of reasons. The child is not legitimate, right? In the eyes of law and religion, whatever, it is not a legitimate child. I think marriage has a couple of reasons, and I've told women this, is to legitimize a child and establish lineage. Alejandro Flores had a baby with this woman, and the offspring. So you can establish lineage. Now, good luck. No one's getting married. People just popping out kids. So let's say, for instance, you look back at your history. Your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather, all were married. So you can go marriage certificate, and you can do the tree. Ancestry.com. Now it's like, LaQuisha had some kid and we don't know who the fuck the father is. And then what? This girl had a kid with this Puerto Rican dude, and yeah, they're both on the both parents are on the birth certificate or whatever. But marriage, in my opinion, gives you not only, it makes it harder for you to separate, it makes the child legitimate, and it's all legal and clean. But a lot of people are like, nah, I'll have a kid and I'll get married, muddy everything up. And then when you look back in history, you're like, what the fuck did you do? Like, what the fuck did you do? That's why I'm not looking to get married, because I'm not looking to have kids. Now, if I fall in love with a woman and I'm like, you're the best thing I've ever come across in my life, and I want to make sure that you don't go anywhere, or at least it is a little harder for us to break up. Of course I'll get married, but that has to be a real special girl. Real special girl. Italy has had a negative population growth for 10 years straight. Damn. YouTube corrupt sense. I think it's different as a guy, though. The woman is the woman with a kid 24/7. The man is usually a weekend warrior. Well, that's wrong too. I think this quarantine has given people a reality check. Let me just have this last chunk of dip here for you guys. Oh yeah. I'm going to finish this one. I'm going to wash it down because you like sounds. Oh, that was a big one. If you were home with your kid, you are now realizing it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. Because daycare is raising your kid. Daycare is raising your kid. That's right. I said it. Fuck you. Now you're like, God damn, this quarantine sucks. Why? Daycares are shut down. You're home with the kid all the time. Now you're seeing what your wife or the daycare deals with all day long. You just get home and see a kid that has learned some shit, has had a couple of naps. So you're like, there's my son. There's my daughter. Now you're the one that has to do all that shit. And you're like, God damn it. That's what people don't realize when it comes to having kids. I realized that shit at an early age. Why? I worked at a daycare center. I had a picture of myself somewhere around here. I used to work at a daycare center when I was 17 years old as a summer job. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God. It was so eye-opening what you have to go through every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:30. I was taking care of kids, helping them. I was like a helper. I'm like, fuck no, fuck this shit. So when, my ex was like, I want to have a kid. I'm like, let's have a conversation. Are you staying home? Am I staying home? Daycare will do it. Daycare? Why have a kid if I'm going to have daycare take care of a kid? Dude, don't get me started on that shit. Let me just stop right here because I'm going to talk some shit and I don't want to get sideways on it. But man, this quarantine is showing you married couples right now what it's really like to have kids, because now you can't depend on daycare to take care of your kids. Uh-oh. Blue eyes. She said your Coyote Car Guy's funny. Coyote Car Guy, you got a girl. Yeah, I'm blowing up your spot, motherfucker. But anyway, Coyote Car Guy's a good looking guy. So Blue Eyes, go to Coyote Car Guy's page, give him a follow, and get in there and see what the deal is. He's a good dude, but I don't know. I'm not think he's hitched. Gonna be a lot of kids born in 9 months. Yeah, they're gonna be the Corona kids. So what's that? December? Right around December, there's gonna be a bunch of kids out. Cuddy Carga says, "Blue Eyes, hang in there, kid. Don't give up." Whoa. Never give up to Wanda. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. Mr. Nito says, "How do you feel about chicks who say all their friends are dudes?" That's fine. I want nothing to do with them. When I hear women that work at a firehouse, they're nurses, they're cops. I got a lot of guy friends. Are you sure they're guy friends? Because guy friends will not want to have sex with you. Because that's a real friend. I don't want to have sex with any of my guy friends. I'm a real friend. I don't have any female friends. Because I might want to have sex with them if they're good looking. Because I'm a straight male. So when women say, "I got a lot of guy friends," I say, "Would any of them fuck you at a drop of a hat if you had a moment of weakness?" And they say, "Oh yeah." I go, "They're not friends. They're vultures. They're circling. They're like, I can't wait till this Toto becomes available." Bam! They're in that shit. Those are not friends. Women, if you have a lot of guy friends, ask one of them to fuck you. And if he says, "Oh, I can't wait," he ain't one of your friends. He is just waiting. He's just a potential candidate. That's what he is. YouTube Corrupt says, "All the guys I know who had kids, their wives quit work because daycare is too expensive, and they are stuck taking care of all the finances." Well, that's a traditional. If you want to call it traditional, do I agree with it? No. But I also don't agree if I'm going to have a kid that is going to be raised by someone else's thoughts, and especially at the super informative years, I would like to have control of that situation. That's why I'd never had kids. I'm like, I'd have to be rich as fuck, so I can have the freedom to raise a child how I see fit. And it's not going to happen. So, you could do it. Fuck you. I am different. If I'm going to have a kid, I'm going to have absolute control of the situation. Because I don't want to raise a fucking shithead. Okay? Because the way I was raised and my family was raised, the parent was always around. Both parents were always around. So I'll be damned if I'm going to be like, "Oh yeah, drop him off. See you 8 hours later, kiddo." Comes back learning Chinese and shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Oh my gosh. You guys are having these crazy morbid conversations. Blue Eyes is talking about her ex. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys alone. Let you hook up in the comments. Brandon Herrera says, "I had a fine dime piece," which is a 10. A dime piece, guys, is a 10. Come up to me recently. Good for you. We're both 25. Ooh, you're young. But when I asked if she had kids, she said yes. Problem? Well, yeah, girl, I'm out. Yeah. Dude, you're entering into a completely different world. And if you're not ready to be daddy or deal with daddy, you can't be in there. You can't be in there. Michael Charlton says, "Bro, I have to disagree with you. My daughter's school is closed. We're normally so busy with sports school, etc. We are highly enjoying this time, just hanging out and not rushing all day." Okay, well, you're different. But I'm telling you, most parents, after like the second week, which you haven't done yet, you're going to go, holy shit, this is hard. But look, some parents are better than others, but at the same time, I think parents are figuring out it is a lot of work. And how old's your daughter? Is she like a hands-on kind of kiddo? Like, or do you like, is she 3, 2, 4, 12? Because if she's 12, she can fucking push a mower. That's an adult to me. Cuddy Carga, I missed my bad. Just tune in. Something's wrong with notifications. Okay. Ilta says, "It's cheaper to have a woman home than to spend the loot for daycare." You're not wrong. Mr. Nito says, "Guys can't be friends with chicks they're attracted to." You're right. 100% right. A lot of gay guy friends. Yeah, bullshit. Look, even gay guy friends, telling you, man, if a girl has a lot of guy friends, gay or not, I'm just not going to go there. I'm not going to go there because the shit I don't want to deal with. The shit, I'm at an age where I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm really staunch and firm. I'm like, nope. I say no more than I say yes. Trust me. I mean, a lot. Coyote Car Guy says, "As I was growing up, all my friends were girls." Coyote Car Guy, did you fuck a lot of them? Iltal says that Cutie Car guy, I like your channel, bro. He has a good channel. Iltal says, when I come back to Florida, I'll stop by your shop. Does he have a shop? Chris Newstrom says, what's up, Alex? Where's all the poon at? Not down here. They're all in their house. Robbie DeRocher says, coworker spends $800 a month on daycare. Yup. It's like $300 a week. Crazy. YouTube Corrupt says, I met an absolutely gorgeous Mexican girl and we were communicating well. Then she says she has a 1-year-old kid. Can't do it, man. She would never have time for me. 100%. Her priority is going to be the child. And you either have to be okay with that or not be okay with that. And I'm not okay with that. Pat the One says, public schools curriculum is very influential on what kids learn. Misrepresenting history, Common Core math, and political views. I'm telling you, man, my kid, if I have a kid, that's why I didn't have a kid. I knew from an early age, I'm like, I can, unless I'm loaded. And people go, oh, the kid doesn't need money. He doesn't need money. I need money. I need money so I can be home and both parents be home and give this kid the best shot possible. But it's not how it is. Michael Charlton says, my daughter's 9. Oh, come on, get out of here, bro. She's 9. You can have a conversation with a 9-year-old, bro. Get out of here. Stop it, Michael Charlton. She's 9. She can make her own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. She can complete a sentence. You know, she's not. She probably just wants to play with her dolls and hang out. But she's not crying. She didn't shit her pants. She didn't puke and shit her pants She didn't puke, shit her pants, and piss at the same time, like 3 times in a day. She didn't do that. So 9, she's good, dude. She's fine. Carlos Figueroa says, you missed my last question, not paid. None of them are paid here, apparently. Carlos Figueroa. Hey, dude, I don't see you anywhere. You're pink, aren't you, Carlos Figueroa? Where are you? You're pink. I don't see you. Oh, no, Otto. Is she the 50-year-old lady you still smashed from last week's story? Is she the 50-year-old lady you still smashed from last week's story? I don't remember last week's story. I'm not smashing any 50-year-old. No, I'm not smashing any 50-year-old. But that was your question? Did I smash a lot of them? Yes. See, Coyote Car Guy? You were not a friend. You were not a friend. No way. You can't tell me you were a friend to those girls, because if you were a friend to those girls, you should have never had sex with them. You were hanging on for dear life, and when one of them became weak, or you were like, hey, your ass is looking good, or you had a couple drinks or whatever, boom, you got laid. So women, if you got a lot of guy friends, they're like Coyote Car Guy. They're looking to fuck ASAP. Off topic, what kind of bike is that? It's a Mad Hoffman. The Mad Hoffman has a condor on it. There's a little condor here, and it says Hoffman. I don't know what year it is. I don't know how to find out what year it's from. Iltal says, I'm 38. That's why I got a young one. Robert DeRocher, crazy. YouTube Corporate Free Speech says, school is liberal indoctrination these days. You're not wrong, especially public school. If I had a kid now, it'd have to be a private school kid and not homeschooled. Fuck homeschooling. I'm not that smart. But it'd have to be a private school that I agree with the curriculum and I need to know exactly what's going on in this kid's fucking head. Daycare in Chicago suburbs is $1,200 to $1,500 a month. Get ready to have a kid. That's what people don't understand about a kid. They think, I'm going to have a kid and he smells like a baby. Oh, look at this kid. He smells like a baby. And I say boo boo bye bye. And then the fucking kid shits, pisses, cries, costs you a shitload of money, has rashes, needs an insane amount. It is so expensive to raise a kid. So you either really have to love a kid a lot or you have no idea what the fuck you're doing and you just want to have a kid and you deal with it after everything comes out, meaning the finances, the trouble, the headache. It is not easy. It's insanely difficult. I thought about that when I was like 21. I'm like, no, that is a lot of work. Some people just go, hey, here you go. Fuck it. It's all good. Oh, look, there's a kid. Oh, shit. I have to take care of it, pay for it. And oh, yeah, that's when they get postpartum. They go crazy. Yeah, been there, done that. Blue Eyes says, love your channel. Thank you, Blue Eyes. I appreciate that very much. Unlike Coyote Carga, I'm not going to hit on you. That would be bad of me if I started hitting on some of my fans. Right, YouTube Corrupt Anti-Free Speech? You hot stud.
Alex said, oh, it was a disco era. It was crazy. It was the disco era. Blame it on that. Oh, we're just like, and fucking. You know what? You're right, though. Back then, everybody was fucking everybody. Coyote Jeff says, hard to find a woman who likes a busy dude. Got the hustle on, going on with a full-time career, detailing business, and college. And they get pissy because you don't have the time to be a lump in a log all day. It's not that, Coyote Jeff. It's not that. If you have 1 hour a day, if you have 1 day a week where you can actually spend time with your woman, you know what your woman wants more than anything? Time. She don't want gifts. She don't want clothing. She don't want anything but time. She wants your undivided attention. If a woman is like, I just want to spend time with you, and you're like, oh, I'm too busy, get out of that relationship. Or when you have time, that's when I would say on like dating sites, I have time to date. That should be code for like, I'm available, and if you want to hang out, I'm free after work, which is 4:30 or 5 o'clock. If you are not available, if you're just too busy with life and hustling, then hustle, but hustle single. Don't bring a nice girl into a relationship where you're just like this never available dude and you're married to your job and your hustle more than you're into the woman. Then be single. Be single. Don't drag a nice girl into an absent relationship. Anyone know what single turbo is great on a Coyote? Okay, I'm going to fucking get you the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. There. He's talking about the back of Denny. Oh, the back car of Denny's chick. Ooh, boy. No, I don't. The Denny's back. Oh, I'm kind of, it's funny. Yeah, the girl at Denny's, the Denny's girl. No, I shouldn't even talk about that, but yeah, no, I don't talk to her anymore. That was like once the Denny's situation happened and then one more night after that. And that was it. I think she just needed to get it off her mind and then some. I think he means Jetta Lady. Oh, Jetta Lady? No. We don't know. That Jetta Lady gave me the permission to talk about the car and how how it's possible to have sex in a Jetta. There's a lot of room, especially if she's really flexible in a Jetta. Damn, daycare's expensive nowadays. I don't have kids. Blue Eyes again said I love your channel unless her text got all fucked up. Yo, Alex, where the mofongo at? I'm Mexican and my lady's Dominican, and man, the culture's way different, but I enjoy it. I don't. I talk to Dominican girl and I'm like, bye. See ya. I talk to Puerto Rican chick, like from Puerto Rico, and they go, are you Boricua? The moment they say, are you Boricua? I'm like, bye. See you later. We're not going to get along. Trust me. I am saving you the trouble. We're not going to get along. Yo, Alex, we'll get the lean. A Coyote car guy's a smooth apex predator. He is a smooth apex predator. You wouldn't know it. Nanya, did you already tell the story about the dating chick that was married? Oh, shit. Thank you for that. So when I first got single, I was in a sad state of affairs. I was like, this sucks, you know? So a buddy of mine invited me somewhere and I met someone there. It was really nice. I was like, wow, okay. But they ended up being married. So you immediately go, no, I'm going to back off of this situation. I'm going to back off of this situation because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be side dude. Now, a lot of guys are like, well, yeah, she's married and just fuck her and who cares? But I'm not like that. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something with the intention of like, if you get single, I'd love to. Now, this happened. There was two situations like that. One I met at a friend's party. The other one was like a different situation. This was the one I'm talking about. The one I met at a friend's party was married, and I knew I had to be hands off. She knew mutual friends, and I'm like, nope, hands off. That's not going to go down. The other one, we ended up linking up a couple of times. Now, I was under the impression that they were out of the house. I was literally under the impression that homeboy's gone, and he's not going to come back into the picture. So what ends up happening? That's what I'm led to believe. I'm led to believe that, oh yeah, we're not talking. I'm like, I thought he's not in the house. Come on over. I'm like, what? Okay, this is great. It's, he must be out. This is good. So I'm in there macking, doing my thing, smashing, doing all this fun shit. And then you see them, like together somewhere. And you're like, wait a minute. So you're like, wait, are you still like, you literally cheated on your husband with me? And they're like, yeah, we kind of worked it out. But oh no, it's complicated. So I'm like, okay, I'm just a side dude right now. But I knew it in my head. I'm like, I'm just a side dude. I already had it. And I'm like, all right, I'll be side dude, but I'm not going over there. No way. Last thing I need is to get shot up. Fuck that. So I said, look, I'm really comfortable with all this stuff because what you're telling me and what you're doing are two different things. So she wanted to have her cake and eat it too. She wanted to have the man that takes care of the household financially and me to give her the bichotazos and have that be like her life for as long as she can muster it. So what did I do? I called her on it. I said, you know what? You either leave him and get with me or no more bicho. That's it. It's done. Oh, no, it's going to be over. He's already talking about leaving and he's got another place and we had a talk and he's leaving. So I was like, okay, sure. What happens about 3 or 4 weeks later? They sell their house and they go buy a bigger house. And I went, okay, this is definitely not going to happen. This is definitely not going to happen. So it was funny how I could be easily manipulated early on when I was like, first of all, why would I even consider going out with her? She's cheating on her husband with me. So that means if she's with me, she'll easily cheat on me. She had no issues doing it with the father of her kids. Why wouldn't she cheat on me the same way? But you're kind of like in that vulnerable zone, but at the same time, you weren't like falling over this person. You were just like, oh, okay, yeah. So when it comes to that kind of manipulation, depending on where you're at in life, especially after a relationship, you can fall into stupid shit real easy. Now, that one was not so bad on me because emotionally I wasn't like too tied to the situation, but I definitely thought I can be with this woman in terms of relationship. And I'm like, wait a minute, she's cheating on her husband with me. So it was crazy how that stuff ends up kind of messing with your head a little bit. I can't go into too much detail about the situation for obvious reasons, but the person was married. I thought they were broken up, ended up hooking up with the person multiple times, then found out they were still together, were never really intending on separating, and I was like, wow, okay. Now, I didn't feel hurt. I went, well, there goes that situation. Now, all my friends, I think they thought they knew who it was. They were like, oh, I know who it is. And I'm like, you don't know. Trust me, you don't know. You're not even tied to the situation. But the situations were very similar. Like the other couple ended up buying a bigger house and all this stuff too. So it kind of threw them for a loop and they really want to know. But yeah, man, I didn't think at 40 years old, I'd be that vulnerable to think to go out with this woman who's cheating on her man with me. I thought to myself, yeah, I'm a better man. I, do this better. But at the end of the day, they just wanted you as a side piece. And once I figured that out, I called her on it and I was getting my shit blown up, my text blown up. Oh my God, I love you. And I'll get the fuck out of here. You love this bitch. You don't love me. You love this doggy style, like Snoop Dogg said. Mr. Nitro says, at Yon 50, get them that corona swab test and they start cycling them. F-150, S-550 says it was a joke. I didn't boo you. Relax. Mr. Nitro says, yeah, man, if a chick likes you to do lies to you, that's one thing. That's one thing. But fucking around with a dude's wife is nobody. Yeah, dude, I was under the impression that they were done. But I can't prove it. What am I going to do? Like, oh, let me go check your mail, see if you be put in the form to no. You have no idea it's happening. You trust the person because they're very genuine and sweet. And you're like, so then when I started kind of finding out that, from other people, like, no, she's still with him. And he just, I'm like, wait a minute. I went over there and no, dude, I was like, yep, let's cut it off. It's done because the last thing I want to do is get shot over a dumb situation like that. Coyote Car Guy says, Alex, ever have a girl that wouldn't date you when you were young, but after she had 2 kids and a divorce, 15 years later, she shows up in your life and is all over you? Ever have that? Yes. My first crush, girl's name was Camille. Redhead, about 5'11", green eyes, a rack on her. And I'm not a boob guy, but it was, high school. So again, I was nice. I was on the quieter side. I was respectful. I was, opening doors for this person. I was helping them out. And you could tell that they were young, so they didn't know.
and they were hot shit. She was a cheerleader. She was hot shit in high school, dude. I don't know, about 15 years. 35. Yeah. About 15 years later, Coyote Car Guy, I see her on Facebook. And I'm like, look at that. And I think if you click on Facebook enough and then, they, suggested friends, and all of a sudden you get a friend request and you're like, shit, I wonder. So we started talking on Facebook and I was like, hey. She was like, hey, so what's going on with you? And I was pretty lean and I had, worked out, played baseball a little bit. So I looked a little better. Started talking to me, kind of macking, had a dude, kind of a dumpy looking dude, but had a dude, had 2 kids. And that's when all of a sudden she was trying to link up and hook up and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, the whole kid thing. And it was Chicopee, Massachusetts, some shit nowhere fucking town that ain't shit happening. The only thing happening in Chicopee, Massachusetts was you go to Memorial Drive on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and race up and down Memorial Drive, turn around at the Town Fair Tire, then go all the way down to the McDonald's or maybe 2 intersections past a Taco Bell and turn around and race. That's all Chicopee, Massachusetts was to me. So she was living there, and I was like, I don't want to be up in this bullshit. I want to get the fuck out of here. So yeah, Coyote Car Guy, that ended up happening. Alejandro Flores, has a girl gotten tuned by you and hit on you? Say the truth. Yes. But they were car girls. So the car girl thing came out. Like, you tune me, follow me, you're cute. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't put up with that shit. Like, if you're interested in me, you got to come kind of correct. You can't be like, oh, you got a nice Mustang. Shut up. Pata One says, women, easy, truth, but verified. F-150, S-150 says, we have you tune a girl and her hit on you while you're tuning her vehicle. Not while you're tuning the vehicle, after they find out who tuned the vehicle. YouTube Corrupt at the Free Speech says, Alex, have you ever dated a liar? How tolerant are you if you find out a girl constantly lies to you about shit? I think my ex-girlfriend was a liar. Yeah, I think my ex-girlfriend was a liar, but like about a lot of shit. And you knew there were lies, but they were like not the kind of lie that'll ruin a relationship. The kind of lie that masks their insecurity or masks their true intent. Not a kind of lie that was like, I was here, but she was really fucking dude. The kind of lie that was like, I'm totally good mentally. And you're like, no, you're pretty fucked up. Mr. Nito says, okay, forget it. Got burned 3 times in the teens and early 20s. Now I just put in work to career. Have had one of them come back single mom style. Felt better to tell her, fuck off, than if I'd hit it. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I'd just hit it and then get the fuck out of there just to know what it felt like. But sometimes it's just better not to even go there. Like, no, I'm not give them the satisfaction. A 7 with a nice rack and plank ass, or a 6 with an ass with perky tits. 6 with an ass and perky tits all day. 6 with an ass and perky tits. I'm a butt guy. The butt's on point. Everything else can be like me, because a 7 with a nice rack and a plank ass is bad. That's bad. How long into dating do you start bringing her into the wedding and shit like that? Like talking about marriage? First or second date? You usually, talk to them and you're getting along. And hey, you ever been married before? No. What are your thoughts on marriage? What are your thoughts on marriage? That's what I say. I don't say, do you want to get married? Do you want to get married? I don't do that. I just go, what are your thoughts on marriage? They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, would you ever get married again? Is that something that you want? Is that a goal? Is that something that you're into? Because I want to find that out right away. Why wait? Fuck waiting, because I don't want to know by the second or third date. That's like $180 in to find out that she got some whack fuck answer that you're not into. Get that shit out right away. I don't got time to waste. You want kids? Yep. Bye. You want to get married? No. Okay. Yeah. Why? And if the and if the yes makes sense, good. You do any drugs? Yeah, fuck you. You smoke cigarettes? Yeah, fuck you. You got to get that shit out of the way. Let's go.
Sit down. What do you want? What do you want? Order what you want. Let's go. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. You usually take care of that over text, though, before you meet. Adam Abdallah says, never listen to what she says. Never listen to what she says. Watch what she does. Very good. Patha says, Alex, shit, yes, your ex, shit. Yeah, your ex was a liar. Her intent was to have a kid and suck you into that. Yeah, exactly. I remember one of the first or second dates we had. I was like, I don't want no kids. Like, ever. She was like, oh, yeah, me neither. Or, oh, I'm not even thinking about that right now. And then about a year in, you started seeing her kind of be like, my friend had a kid and the little kid smells so good and he's so cute and blah, 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 blah. Now, one thing I should have asked in my last relationship was like, why the fuck do you have a Cherokee? Who has a Cherokee? Like, right? Like a Grand Cherokee. Why do you have a Cherokee? She was 25 years old when I met her and I was like 33 or something like that. I was like, why do you have a Cherokee? It was like, because I thought it was it with my ex. I was like, what was it? A kid. And she started kind of breaking down when she was saying that. I'm like, aha, you always wanted a child. You liar. Let me know when the USS Comfort passes by Florida. It's on its way to New York. What? Oh, great. I had a lot of shit to say to those girls that show up later in life. Like, I may have wanted you then, but not now. No way. I'm not going to give them that much shit. I'm just going to say no. Alex Cadell says, top 10 questions to ask when on the first date and things to talk about. Beautiful. Okay, top 10. Let's end this this one with the top 10 list real quick. So I assume you've already talked a lot on the date. So I usually, tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me about your parents. So talk about the parents. That tells them about their upbringing. And if they say, well, mom, this, and then you find out if mom and dad divorced, if she's a mommy's girl, she's a daddy's girl, if both parents raised, are both parents still together? That's a very important one. Tell me about your parents. Tell me about your upbringing. Are your parents still together? That's one question. Ask about the parents. Secondly, ask about the siblings. Usually, single children grow up spoiled, like a single child or only child grow up on the spoiled side. So ask about siblings. That's the next thing. Family structure. So ask about parents, ask about siblings. That's 2. Ask about the ex. You got to ask about the ex. If you don't ask about the ex for fear that she thinks that you're hanging, too fucking bad. You got to know where she just came from. You got to know what she just came out of. You got to know how long she's been single. Ask about the previous relationship. Why did you break up? Again, it's about the previous relationship, but you want to know about the last guy, how long they've been together, what happened? Why did you break up? Why did you break up? You got to ask that. So parents, siblings, ex, why did you break up? And then you start talking about career and future. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to do with your life? What do you have any plans, goals? Do you want to go back to school? Any ambitions? That should be the 5th question. And then you start talking about your potential future. So the first 5 questions are about the past and what her thoughts are about going forward. Then you start talking about the other 5, which could involve you. You can say, do you see yourself getting married ever? And they're like, depending on their answer, you can take it a couple different ways. Kids. Do they want kids or additional kids? You got to talk about kids. The third one would be deal breakers. I love asking a woman what her deal breaker is. Now, a lot of women's deal breakers are usually having to do with the ex. So like the 4th or 5th question have to do with like number 8. Tell me about your deal breakers. Well, I don't like a possessive man, a liar, a cheater, a smoker. They kind of describe their ex when you say, what are your deal breakers? Future in terms of location. I've met a lot of women that don't want to stay in Florida for the next 5 or 10 years. I'm dying here. Guys, I'm dying here. I am not moving from Florida. I cannot foresee myself moving from Florida unless work took me away from Florida. So where are they going to, again, where do they see themselves in 5 years? And location, like, all that stuff. I think the last question, or number 10, I like hypotheticals. I like hypotheticals. So ask hypotheticals. Let's say you and I were together. Neither of us want children. And you ended up pregnant. What do we do? Now, this is tough to talk about on a first date. But honestly, I don't give a fuck. I go there. I go right there. Oh, you're going to scare him away. I don't care. Because I want to know what your answer is before I take you on a second date. I don't want to take you on a second date if any of your answers to these questions are bullshit. Now, if the woman is not giving me questions back similar, that means she's not interested in me. That means she's just, facing questions and is on the defensive. And if she's not interested in you and doesn't ask you the same questions back, it's probably not going to go that much further. Hopefully that helped out when it comes to dating and top 10 dates. Because trust me, those 10 questions can last 5 hours of conversation. Early on, people will tell you what they think you want to hear. You're right. Why aren't you into chicks that smoke anything? Curious. Because it's fucking gross, Nunya. Come on, man. A girl that smokes cigarettes stinks. Her breath stinks. Potheads and I have nothing in common. Potheads can go fucking suck a dick. Seriously, I don't want nothing to do with you if you smoke, vape, any of that shit. And if you guys smoke and vape, I don't give a fuck. But if you're a girl and you're interested in dating me, nothing is going in and out of your mouth unless it's my dick. Seriously, smoking is nasty. Smoking pot not only comes with a weird attitude, but it comes with like a slight laziness, and you are that much closer to a world that I don't want to be involved in because you don't got a prescription for that. That means you know a dealer. And if you know a dealer, you're 1 degree of separation closer to a world that I don't want to be involved in. Chris Newsom says, I don't tell them I'm snipped and I keep trying to get them pregnant. That's funny. Pat the One says, first dates are like an interview, and after dating a while, you have to continue to market yourself and add value to the relationship. Don't become lazy or take it for granted. 100%. Love it, love it, love it. Mr. Nicho says, maybe she didn't want to have a kid in the beginning, but that vulva got full and they wanted that spray out. Maybe. No thanks. YouTube Pro Anti-Free says, good advice. And Yonce50 says, okay, thanks for the good entertainment. We'll see you on Talking Shit Tuesday. Yes. Now, I might pop in during the weekend because the Corona stuff has everyone inside. Again, I will make the show non-pay for the other channel, and we'll just talk shit. But I like to keep the pay stuff on Tuesday, but I also don't want to oversaturate myself in terms of these channels. So Thursday will be the Dat Dating channel. Tuesday will be the normal Talking Shit on the other channel. And if I pop in on the weekend, I probably won't really announce it. I'll just pop in and hopefully cure some of your boredom if you guys just want to talk a little shit. So hopefully that helped you guys get you off of the whole, cabin fever. Cabin fever. I can't even talk. I got to take another sip. All right, let me get the hell out of here. I gave you enough. I almost gave you 2 hours today, so I'll pop in a little bit. I'll let you guys know on Instagram if I'm going to be down. Tune in Tuesday for Talking Shit Tuesday, and I might pop in on the weekend and talk a little shit at around 8 o'clock or so. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you later.